Okay, here is my utility panel. Basically, I have my main switch and I have my manual transfer switch here. And here are all the outlets I have wired up. For my particular scenario, I put the garage, I put the furnace, TV, washer and dryer, kitchen lights, kitchen computer, refrigerator, the alarm system, and the office where the internet is. So let's simulate power outage, and we might hear some kids upstairs scream when the power goes off, but let's see. I'm going to blow the main fuse, or basically I'll turn it off, not really blow it. I got my headlamp on so now we can see since all the power is out in the basement. And what I'll do is I'll pick which circuits I want to power. So let's just try a simple test. Let's just do the refrigerator. Turn it from line, which means line from the city, to generator. Let's go see how we did. Okay, back at the inverter, just the fridge is powered, and look at this. Looks like we're pulling about 650 watts of energy to keep the refrigerator going. We'll see if that comes down a little bit because this is kind of a little ramp up wattage, but in the meantime, let's go in the house and see if the refrigerator is actually on. Okay, we're in the house now. All the lights are off. In the background you can hear the alarm complaining because it's running on battery mode, which basically means that there's no power into the house. The only thing that's powered right now is the refrigerator. So let's open it up and see how we did. Yep, refrigerator's on. We're at 2 degrees for the freezer, 33 for the refrigerator. That should be 2 and 32, so it's already back on. This refrigerator is pretty quiet, so you can't really hear the compressor going. But just the fact that the lights are on, we know it's powered. This is actually a Sub-Zero 48-inch counter depth refrigerator, and it takes normally a regular 120 volt outlet, but the whole reason why I wanted to get a manual transfer switch is this. Down here, it's kind of installed into the cabinets. If I was to unlock that plate, there's not a simple little outlet where I can unplug the refrigerator and plug in a power cord. So that's why it goes to the manual transfer switch. So let's go back outside and see how the inverter is doing. Okay, we're back outside again. The kilowatt is still showing that we're running about 640 watts of power to the refrigerator itself. In prior tests, I've seen that settled back down to 200 watts once it starts to maintain itself. So this is more of a peak usage of the refrigerator itself. I know there's some cars in the background, but notice that the Prius, even though it's on, the engine's not running, and that's what makes the Prius an ideal generator, is that it only will turn on to recharge the battery and then turn itself off. You don't need to have the actual ICE, internal combustion engine, running to generate power. So let's go back downstairs and turn on the hot water. So we have the refrigerator. Let's just turn that off, and let's turn on the furnace. You can see that my Lochnover Viking series, or I'm sorry, Night series hot water heater is in standby mode. Now I'm not going to go through it right now, but basically what I've done is dumped all the hot water from our system and proved that it can generate new hot water. How my system works is that I have a wall-mounted high efficiency unit, and in order to make hot water, a few things need to be powered. The actual unit itself needs to be powered, which doesn't take a lot of amperage or wattage. There's a condenser pump down at the bottom to get rid of some of the water, and there are 2 circular pumps. Basically how my system's set up is that my Lochnover unit creates hot water and it puts it into this holding tank. This holding tank is basically a 50-gallon thermos. It's not powered by gas or electricity. All it does is hold the water and keep it hot. And it can hold 50 gallons of it over a course of 3 days or more. Actually, no, it's 3 days because during Hurricane Irene, we lost power for a week, which is part of the reason why we're doing this project. We had hot water for 3 days, obviously conserving the showers to make them only a minute or so a piece, but then we eventually did run out. I did test this system making heat too, and I was able to run the circulator pumps. There's 5 zones in the house. This is, a lot of circulator pumps. but I had 3 of the zones on and no problems with powering the system. And obviously it's a gas fired system. It only runs electric to start it and to keep the circular pumps going, but it doesn't use the obviously the electricity it's using. Now obviously it's just in standby mode, so it's probably nothing, but let's take a look. Yep, as I suspected, only 11 watts. When I actually have it making hot water, it runs up to around 200 to 300 watts. Still pretty low. Let's try our next test. Okay, we're back down in the basement here, and we're going to turn on our convenience package. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the furnace again, because we're only going to turn that on when we need to make hot water or we need to heat the house. But now the kids are freaking out and we got to get some TV going. So let's turn on the TV. Let's turn on the office to get the internet fired up. Let's turn on the alarm system so we stop hearing that annoying beep in the background. And let's turn on the kitchen lights. Okay, we're back in the house. Noticed our alarm stopped buzzing and beeping because it has power. Let's turn on the kitchen lights. Now these are LED candelabras, and they work obviously, and the hi-hats are actually LEDs as well. Got these all on sale, half off. So we have all the kitchen lights on. Let's walk over to where the TV is. And there's Pretzel in his crate. Didn't put him in there. He likes hanging out in there when things are a little weird. Actually, all right now, he's trying to figure out why I keep turning the power on and off. Let's turn on the TV. Turn the TV on. TV's coming on. Cable box. They're POS, but basically it's rebooting right now. For all intents and purposes, the TV's on and the cable box is on. We got the kitchen lights on. Remember, we turned the refrigerator off again because I don't plan to have the refrigerator on the whole time. And then let's go to where my home office is, basically in this room. And you can see all the miscellaneous power stuff. I got the router, the cable modem, another router, and this is kind of a signal booster for the cell phones. That's all up and running. So we got internet, we got TV, we got lights. We got some outlets wired up in the kitchen area to give us power to recharge our cell phones and iPads. And now let's go outside to see how we did. Okay, so we're back at the car again. And you can see with all that stuff running, we're only pulling about 300 watts. So once again, that's the internet, the TV, the kitchen lights. It's what I basically call the convenience package itself. Might be difficult for you to hear this, but still the Prius hasn't even started yet. It's still running off the battery. When I started this about maybe 15 minutes ago, I had 11.2 and now it's at 10.6. So still pretty good. I haven't heard the gas engine come on yet, and we've been out of power for at least 15-20 minutes. And we're generating power. Let's check. No cables are hot, obviously. No issues here. Everything is nice and safe. We got the power outlet going to the house, down to the basement, and we have power. The only thing that you might want to consider for your setup is if you do this is that the keys are in the car. I don't know what the likelihood is someone will steal your car in a power outage, but for me, I have a long driveway. I can park the other car behind me, so somebody would have to steal that car in order to take the car with the keys in it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learn some insights and you might want to do this for yourself. Take care.